you jump in. We'll talk about your life and your money. Katie is with us in San Diego. Hi, Katie. How are you?
Hi, Dave. I'm good. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Well, I'm just trying to get some advice on how to get my husband on the same page with our budget. He's kind of more like, since we don't have any debt and he works really hard, he's in the Navy, so he's kind of like, I work hard, I don't really want to be on a budget because that kind
call
of thing.
the ambulance, I work hard.
Yes.
Oh.
And I'm kind of like, I don't care, we're sticking to this budget.
Yeah. Okay. Tell him, look, I don't care if you work hard or not. You're not a little boy. You're a man.
Right.
And I'm married to a guy that I need to be a man. And a man actually is mature and plans into the future with his wife. Mm-hmm. And so a budget is you and I sitting down together and telling our money what to do instead of just working our whole life and then being freaking broke.
Right.
Okay. That's all it is. I mean, just call him out on his manhood. I mean, he's in the Navy. Come on.
Right, and I kind of did call him out, but he's just like, well, I just feel like I work for it, and I'm like,
well, you work for it, so you want to end up with nothing, and you want your wife to make all the decisions. I don't want to be your mother, darling. I want to be your wife.
Exactly. I feel like his mom sometimes.
Well, you're dadgum right, because he's, I work so hard, I should be able to buy whatever I want. What are you, in Congress? I mean, seriously. That's ridiculous. It's just, I mean, it's absurd. He's just he's being childish, and you need to call him out on that. I mean, you can do it. Right. You can do it with humor. You can do it smart aleck, or you can be real caustic like I'm being, which might not be as effective actually. But I'm trying to communicate to you that you're exactly right, and he's out of line.
Okay.
And so you need to lean in on this. How old are you guys?
I'm 29. He's 30.
Okay. Well, it's time to grow up.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, you're a real boy now, Pinocchio. So let's get on with it.
Okay.
We're 30 years old. Let's be something, right? And right. Listen, a budget does not mean he can't do anything after he works hard. I work my butt off. I want to buy some stuff. I go along with him on that, but I'm not going to be irresponsible and have my wife make all the decisions by herself and carry all the weight of the household finances by herself because I just don't want to deal with it because I work hard.
Right.
I mean,
I agree.
Now he's probably never going to be a budget nerd, right?
No, absolutely not.
And I don't want him to be. I'm not asking him to be that. I'm just asking him to look at the situation with you and agree to our family's goals and what our family's going to do. And that includes his vote. He gets a vote on this, right?
Right.
So I do the budget at our house. I'm the math nerd at our house. And, Sharon and I make the decisions together, and then we both stick to them, and then I do the actual implementation.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the call. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Let me tell you, that is, I pick on guys on that kind of stuff pretty hard. But it depends kind of how you grew up. If you grew up and in your household, your dad brought home the bacon and your mama fried it, meaning your mama did all the bills and your dad just worked and he brought home, handed mom the check, and then he went and sat in the recliner and she took care of the household. She ran the household. Then when you get married, it's your tendency to do that. And, that happens in highly educated families, in blue-collar families, in rural families, in urban families. There's no trend in that. It's just how you grew up and you watched your family do it. But what we know from having done this stuff, this money stuff for 30 years, is the number one cause of arguments in marriage is about money. And the number one cause of divorce in North America, money fights, money problems, and stresses. And add to that, and this is not as much, doesn't enter into that conversation there quite as much, but it can add to that we've got a group of young people coming on that are emotionally maturing much later in life than ever before in generational. We know that because 29% of the males under the age of 30 are still living with their parents. If that doesn't make you want to throw up, something should. That's a danger, a sociological danger to our culture. It's called the wussification of America. Mama's boy needs to get out of the basement. And if you take that guy and you marry him and his only skill set is Nintendo and you marry him off, then he ends up with his wife being his mother because he never assumed emotional maturity of a man to be able to walk alongside a woman. Same thing can go for a girl. If a little girl stays at home and she's daddy's little princess and I'm staying here because I saved money, but I refuse to go out in the real freaking world and pay my own light bill ever, and I'm 29 years old or I'm 39 years old and I still live at home, unless you've gone back home for a healing because you've been through a bad situation. But no, if you're just sitting there just not emotionally developing, not maturing, then pity the man that marries this princess, because now he's got to be daddy instead of husband. There's a different role you play in a relationship. And so if that's you and I'm picking on you, good. I'm trying to pick on you for your own good. I want to wake you up. Some of the best things that have caused me to change my life more than anything else is when somebody made me mad. So one of my gifts here is I make some of you mad. Good. Because it'll get you off of your butt and onto the next level of your life. And so if you're married and your dad always handed the check over to your mom, you ought to ask your wife when you get home if you handing the check over to her is a blessing. Because she probably doesn't think it is. She's probably tired of carrying all the decision-making by herself and having to run around behind you with a pooper scooper because you're making messes everywhere, and she's the only grown-up in the house. She's probably pretty sick and tired of that. And you can change it from male to female, and it can go the other way. If you're a little lady at home, and, my wife used to say, whatever you want to do, honey. Whatever you want to do, honey. Translation, if you do it wrong, I'm going to kill you later, but I'm going to let you do whatever you want to do. No, that doesn't work. We don't do that stuff. No, we don't. I don't do whatever you want to do, honey. I don't do that. I mean, if it's a minor little thing, sure. If she's asked, I'm saying, hey, I'm going to go have a cup of coffee with a buddy of mine tonight, and she says, whatever you want to do, honey, yeah, I'll do that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not henpecked. But when we sit down and are making our life decisions together, and it's a big decision, and she looks at me, whatever you want to do, no, what's your freaking opinion? You get to vote on this, and by the way, if it goes bad, we're going to say we did this together. If it goes good, we're going to say we did this together. Not, I told you so. I knew you were going to mess that up. I don't want to hear that crap later. We don't need that. See, that's how these relationships break down around this particular subject. So it's a really good question the young lady asks. And, it addresses the whole wussification of America thing that's part of the deal. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey, you guys, Rachel Cruz here. Hope you're enjoying the Dave Ramsey Show. And did you know that I have my very own YouTube channel? Yes, that's right. It's kind of better than the Dave Ramsey channel. Don't tell him I said that. I'm kidding. So subscribe, and there's lots of videos about life and money. So while you're at it, if you want to check out a video, then you can check out how to do a monthly budget. It's one of the best videos out there.